So a few days ago I got back from Scotland. I ended up going from South Wales up to Ayrshire, went to watch the BSB at Knockhill, all the way around the top of Scotland, came back home, and here we are with the bike in the garage, because even though it didn't skip a beat along the way, it did have one issue. So it pretty much has a starting issue. It won't start off the button. The starter motor is turning slightly, although it hasn't turned for the last couple of days. So my plan last night was to put the bike on charge, which I did. It now has a light on ready and maintaining. So my plan is to try and start the bike. Obviously, if the bike starts, then it's not a starter motor issue. It's a generator issue, not pretty much putting charge back into the battery. That's what I'm hoping anyway. If it doesn't start, then I'm hoping it's either a sprag gear or starter motor issue, but we've got to get into it, diagnose it. So let's try and start the bike first. And as you can see, that is pretty much the issue I've had since Monday. That starter motor is not turning the bike enough to get it started. So that kind of rules out the generator not charging the battery, as I've pretty much had lights and heated grips the whole way around. So time to start digging deeper and finding out what's going on with this starter motor. Oh. So the first screw came out of there. The second one is up right behind there. And you can see I've put this in there just to show you, but you follow this around basically. That's what I had to do. That is a close second one there. And it can be one to catch you out, but just follow this around. These are the two screws I just removed, and they're both exactly the same size, so I don't have to worry about which one I put where when I'm putting all this back together after I order a new little unit. Wow. This is the motor I just took off. When you press the start button, obviously this should spin and then get everything turning in that engine to fire the thing up. They pretty much turn that about, and obviously that starts the bike. So what I'm going to try and do, because the teeth on this, they look pretty good, I'm going to spray WD-40 in it, and I'm going to give the terminals a clean, and then I'm going to put it back on the bike. Now starting to spin that is so much better than it was. The 12 volts kicks it this way, and yeah, I can see all the crap that's in there. So I'm going to continue cleaning this out and hopefully put it back on the bike, and when I do put it back on the bike, it's going to start turning over the bike and we'll make it fire up. I'm really hoping so that I don't have to buy a new motor. Now naturally, because of work and everything else, it's a few weeks later, but I've got myself a nice new starter motor. It's nice and shiny in there, it's got plenty of grease in there. Hopefully inside there is a lot better than what's inside there, because obviously that's not having a good time. So I'm hoping now by fitting this will just be the problem and there's nothing else. It'll fire up all good. So let's just get back into it. Two big screws, one nut there, connecting the little connector to there, and then yeah, that should be pretty much it. Let's go. So I'm going to put this little washer in first, because that's going to keep this at an angle going up that way because of this little lip. So that's going to go in like so. Then this one over the top. And you can see that one pushed back now, which is pretty good. Obviously thought about this, being engineers and that. Then this goes over the top. A little bit of tightening, but that wire's not going anywhere now. That one's already connected to there. This goes on there. And it's time for the case to go on. You can see that's all nice and clipped in there. So this case has two little locating points. One of them is up in the top there, and one of them is underneath at the back. Nice and secure. Back in the familiar position of trying to get the bike to start then. If that does work, we'll be able to tell straight away off the switch. But it's obviously not going to fire it up straight away because it needs to get the fuel from the tank into the injectors, and obviously I've broken that seal, so wish me luck. So that's the fuel pump priming. I'll do it again. Awesome. Oh, that is perfect. Alright, it's a bit cold, but hear how quick that fired up. Oh, that sounds so much better. So at least we know it was the starter motor. So now I need to get it a bit warmer, I think. A little bit of throttle just to mimic doing the little, whatever you call it there. The choke. Oh man, that is so good. So that's it then, job done. A new part added to the bike, and it was something I wish I had done sooner. I was thinking about doing it, but I didn't do it. So it's done now, and hopefully that will give me many more happy miles, because I've just had a lot around Scotland and it was fantastic. So that brings this video to a close. Thank you very much for watching. If you found any value in it, please press the thumbs up button down below. If you're new here, consider subscribing, and I will bring you another video soon, hopefully of not repairing something on this bike. I should be enjoying the bikes from now on. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.